Alright, let's get this out of the way. If you haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, or 3, then this video isn't for you. If you don't care about spoilers though, well then, here we are! You know, February really is turning into the year of Xenoblade at this point, because 2 years ago, Pyra and Mythra were in Smash Bros. Literally last year, we get Xenoblade Chronicles 3! And now, we get the teaser for Volume 4, which kinda shook some things up. Things like Adam Howden finally screaming his way back into my heart again. And Rex being all grown up, and everybody finally putting drip on my man's name, even though I already knew he was a king to begin with, short or not. Oh yeah, and Alvis really got his sparks into a twist over here. But what I consider to be the most interesting Xenoblade news is our new protagonist, which for the sakes of this video, I'm gonna be calling him Gear. And yes, before the comments get at me, I know he is the descendant of the Van Dam family, but we already have like so many Van Dams that have died already, so I don't want to get it mixed up any further. And because he's even more of a Xenogears reference than Noah was. And speaking of Noah, or rather the reason why I made this video in the first place, I think that Gear is Noah and Mio's kid from Xenoblade 3. Now in the grand sake of things and the timeline of stuff, it's kind of messy. I don't know too much on that. And honestly, I don't really care to know too much about that. The main reason why I even thought about this in the first place was for two things. One, if you take a pause at the scene here, it looks like he has Mio's Ouroboros, or something equivalent to that, right? But it's actually the line that he says, which I'll play for you right here.
Like killing Granddad wasn't enough for you?
He says something about his grandpa dying, right? With that information, I thought, who could be this guy's grandpa? Especially since he looks so much like Noah. Could be Noah, but a better reason, and something that I just personally enjoy more, is that it's Rex. Because we already know that Rex is a Chad, and he pulled all three baddies, which, honestly, I don't think anyone was expecting. Man pulled everything. And we know that he's Mio's dad, because Nia's her mom, right? And if one of the timelines is where Mio and Noah get a kid, and this is their kid, depending on the time frame, that would make Rex Gear's grandpa. And Rex was raised by Van Dam, and if you're anything like Van Dam, you know the rules. You gotta kick the bucket at some point. And another reason as to why I even believe this is because we still have to be in Ionios. The beginning of this trailer did start off with Shulk and Rex, and the only time they've been in the same room was because of some Napon voodoo magic. Now, I know this is the part where some people might bring up, oh, but Rex's and Shulk's statue were in the city. Well, for that, they only put their statues there because they were the mentors of the actual founders of those houses. And while we're on the subject of houses, it makes sense that Gear would have the Van Dam name because he would be Rex's grandson. And even though Van Dam's kid did die and so did Van Dam, Rex is the only one closest enough to Van Dam because of the story to actually inherit that name whatsoever. So, kinda makes sense to me. I'm kinda running with it. If you don't agree with it, well then, tell me in the comments below. And while you're at it, make sure to like and subscribe if you like this type of video. My next goal is 10,000 subscribers, so it would be really cool if you could help out with that. But as for my last reason for this, it's because this still takes place in Ionios. On the actual map of Ionios, there are some places we can't get to, and if this is way back earlier in Ionios, it makes sense that some stuff that weren't intact in original game would be intact now in this DLC. And if anything, it may be talking about how the new city was founded, not the original city that N destroyed. Which, if this is the case, that'd be pretty cool for, dad and son to kind of duke it out in some cool giant thing, and probably explains why we didn't get a Council A in the game, because Alvis is here. Either way, we won't know until this game releases by the end of the year. So, good to make these fun little theories now while I can. And if the timeline does seem confusing right now, I at least trust Monolith Soft to write something great here because I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan, alright? I've seen messed up timelines. This I know will be fine. And even if it isn't, look, Ionios technically happened in a matter of 3 seconds, so I don't really care too much about it. I'm gonna like it. It's Xenoblade. What more could I really want at the end of the day? But with that being said, I want to thank you all for sticking with me and watching till the end of the video. And if you like seeing videos like this, then please tell me in the comments down below. I'd love to make more stuff like this and give you new content instead of just streaming all the time. Speaking of streaming, I'm actually streaming Xenoblade 2 right now at the recording of this video. So if this video interested you at all, then you can come by here to watch more Xenoblade stuff in the future. That being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out!